Hello and welcome to the Mike Guarneri podcast. This is episode 28. So today I want to talk to you about a very common thing that actually is a Celtic practice, and that's meditation. Now, I don't think anyone really knows exactly how the Celts meditated, if there's anything specific they did, or the type or categorization of meditation. At least I haven't found it, but we do know they meditated. So, I am just going to discuss meditation in general because it is mostly considered a practice with positive effects. Now, I don't want to just outright say it's a practice that has positive effects because I don't know every form of meditation and I don't know everybody's experiences. So, I don't want to say there's never a bad experience from it, but I think it's safe to say, it's mostly positive experiences. And there are more types of meditation that I can even just name in the link to this podcast. So I'm just going to focus on some generalities and basics, and the meditations that I've been exposed to and prefer or not prefer. So if you're new to meditation, the first thing I want to tell you, and I learned this from experience, don't clear your mind. I always see people say, "Oh, meditate," and I say, "How do you meditate?" "Oh, just clear your mind." Well, what the hell does that mean? How do you clear your mind? Your mind just can't be blank unless you're dead as far as I'm concerned, or unless you've done some sort of, high level of meditation, leaving your body type of thing, I don't know, but for a new person just to say, "Clear your mind," it's kind of absurd. So if you're new to meditation, my recommendation to you is start with an app like Calm, CALM.com. I am in no way affiliated with them. I make no money from them. In fact, I pay them money for my service. And Calm is a great way to get started. They have so many different types of meditation. They have beginner series. They have a series for pain management, which I'm working through right now. Does they have a specific meditation or series of meditations for almost anything you can think of? Stress, anxiety, this, that, the other thing. So I think Calm is a really good starting point for most people. And if you do decide to try it, don't pay like the regular sticker price. I think they charge like 60 or $70. There's discounts all over on the internet. And I think my last annual renewal, I paid like $29. So don't pay regular full price of like 70 or whatever they're charging now. So from what I've experienced, I see kind of like two different pathways of meditation. There's concentrating on something, and then there's just letting things almost like a free for all, I guess. I don't know. So focused meditation, a concentrative type of meditation, is mainly what I do through Calm. I don't even know if they have anything not concentrative, to be honest. And that's what I like about these guided meditations with Calm is that they're not just telling you, "Oh, you're new, clear your mind." They're showing you what to do. And what I love is focusing on the breath. If you're concentrating on inhaling and then exhaling, it's kind of hard to think about much else if you're focusing on those in breaths and out breaths. Some people count in, out, or one, two, whatever to kind of have that breathing rhythm. I kind of visualize it honestly. I envision like when I breathe in, like blue bubbles or something coming into me. And then when I exhale them out, they're green, kind of like I've transformed them inside of me. And that's kind of how I guess I'm unconsciously doing it, blue, green, blue, green. But I'm always focusing on the breath, always focusing on the air going over my nostrils or the movement of my chest when I breathe. Focusing on that breath gives you something to get you in the here and now, where you're in the moment, but you're not just clearing your mind. So then it's like also the open form of meditation where you're letting all the mental events that come into your field of focus, letting them come in and basically, just acknowledging them. Hey, anxiety of this work project, I know I have to get done. I see you. I'm letting you go. Float away. Vision it floating away. That's a way too. Not my preferred way, but and then you can do a combination of them where you're both focusing on a specific point and watching anything that comes into your field of awareness. What I tend to do is when I'm focusing on my breath, if my thoughts drift or wander, I don't want to really deal with those things because those, to me, they're always intrusive thoughts. So I just kind of say, "Hey, I see you. Float away," or envision as a bubble and popping it. You know, do what works for you. And another thing actually I've come across, I shouldn't say there's two kind of things in the combination, but recently I've come across, I don't know what the term is. I don't know if there is a term, but I call it quasi meditation or combined meditation. And I'm referring to the gateway experience, which I've previously spoken about, um, where that involves meditation, a bit of hypnotism, um, and I don't know what I guess sound waves, bringing to equilibrium the left and right side of the brain as far as the energy in them, how they vibrate at what hertz or whatever the case may be. As a first step, at least. I haven't gotten much further than that, but it definitely involves meditation. So that's another, I guess, quasi meditative thing or combined meditative thing. Um, and another way to go that I have done is what's called guided meditations. Well, actually, guided meditation journeys. Calm is full of guided meditation, where someone's guiding you along. But what I meant to say was guided meditation journeys. And what I mean by journeys is the person who's guiding you is taking you to explore the depths of your mind, I guess, and taking you to some place. Um, like for example, I previously was working on a course in the Irish Ogham, which is the Irish ancient alphabet, and we did guided meditations, and for every letter, the guide and the meditation would take us through a whole scene. You're going in, you go through a door and it's dark, and you float, and you come out the other door. I'm just paraphrasing, and you walk down a path, and you get to a beach, and the whole point is to guide you along, and your goal in these particular meditations was to actually meet the letters, meet the OM, and meet and talk to the characters you see, and come across your path, and who may help you or may try to not help you. um that's kind of guided meditative journey. I did it something else similar with a great guy, Joseph Shumway, ancestral lineage healing, where you get into a meditative state and you drop yourself into a different world where you can actually meet and talk to ancestors and other creatures and try to help aid in the process of healing any ancestors who are not well. Now, I gave up on the OM thing because I was like, I don't know what's real and what's not. And when I started with Joseph on it, I made the same concern. I said, I don't know, I'm not just imagining this. And he said, you know what? You could be, but remember, your imagination is real. We all have imaginations. We're not imagining our imagination. We know everybody has an imagination. So even if something's in your imagination, it doesn't mean it's not real and it didn't come from someplace, that's not in our realm, or our conscious, or not visible. So once you can let go of the fact of what's real and what's imagination, and just accept everything you see and do and feel is real. You know, it's coming from your imagination. So that helped a lot, and that opened me up to being free to experience what I'm experiencing without the constant reservations. Is this real? Is this real? How do I know this is not imagining it? Doesn't matter. It's all real anyway, whether you're imagining it or not. But that's guided meditation journeys, and you can find them online. I'm sure lots of places offer them, and I find guided meditations in general just better than, at least at my stage of meditation, which is still a beginner, better than just, sitting down trying to meditate by myself. That guidance, that voice is almost like something to focus on too. That's my perspective, at least. Anyway, um, and I'm looking forward to learning some newer meditations as part of the occult. They do all sorts of meditations. I think mainly ones brought back from the East. Many people don't know it, but Aleister Crowley, one of the most famous, or infamous occultists of the 20th century, actually brought back a lot of um, meditative and yoga type practices from the East in his travels. So there's a lot going on with meditation. I've scratched the surface and I am no expert. I'm like a negative expert. I'm just sharing my experience and a little I do know, but I can tell you the Celts meditated. Whether I guess as part of another practice or individually, I don't know what they did. I wish I did. 'Cause I would love to replicate what they did exactly. But for now, I'm just approaching meditation as a helpful, I don't want to say cure, a helpful supplement to put down some anxiety a little bit. And I've been really bad about it. I have been super bad about it. But the more consistently you do it, the more of a positive effect it has. If you do it once a week, it's not going to do much. If you do it 4 days in a row, then don't do it for 3 weeks. It's not going to do much. And you really don't have to take a lot of time doing it, honestly, at least from what I understand. A lot of the beginner or most of the beginner meditations on calm.com um, run from 10 to 20 minutes, nothing crazy. So I am going to end it on that note. Just as a reminder, please head over to MikeGuarneri.com and sign up for my email list. I have a bunch of things in the works um, that I'll be hopefully talking about within the next few weeks or so. And I don't want you to miss any of my announcements. So please make sure you do it. And if you don't know how to spell MikeGuarneri.com, like I sometimes don't, uh, my website is down below in the description. So until tomorrow, stay well.